Welcome back. We are continuing our lessons on linear perspective. Next up, we are doing two-point perspective room. Two-point perspective is different from one-point perspective because it has two vanishing points located on each end of the horizon line. I'm going to draw a horizon line right here towards the middle of my drawing area located on the worksheet on the bottom right. Make sure your line is perpendicular to the sides of the drawing area. I'm going to put two dots, one on each end of the horizon line. Next, I'm going to make my ruler perpendicular to either the bottom or the top of the drawing area, and I'm going to draw a dot, a line, and a dot. I'd say it's approximately 2 inches in length on this worksheet. Now, a lot of students get confused and they try to draw a line here and here, but it is one sweeping line connecting to the vanishing point on the left and right side. These are actually orthogonal lines, and they do not have to connect to the corners of my drawing area. I will do this on the bottom dot to vanishing point as well. While this looks a little complex for stage 2, we can go in and clean this up because what I have now is a right wall, a ceiling, a left wall, and a floor. If you draw dark, you'll have a harder time erasing the data you no longer need. I'm going to go back in and darken the lines that are important to my final version. Next up, I'm going to draw a door and a window. The door will go on the right wall. I'm going to start out by arbitrarily, really, picking a dot on the top right area of this quadrant here. I'm going to make my ruler perpendicular to the bottom of my drawing area, connected to that dot, and I'm going to draw downward until it intersects with the next orthogonal line. I have a dot, a line, and an intersecting dot right here. The top dot, I'm going to connect back to the left vanishing point. Here's a quick way to remember. If it's on the right wall, left vanishing point. Left wall, right vanishing point. I'm not going to connect the entire orthogonal line all the way back because I just have to erase it later. So I'm going to draw about 1 inch in length. I'll make a dot there. I'm going to work on drawing downward with a perpendicular line on the other side of the door. Then I have completed my door shape on the right wall. Next, we're going to do the window on the left wall. I'm going to start out the same way I did with the door. I'm going to make a dot towards the top left area of the left wall quadrant. Then I'm going to draw down and make a dot, line, dot. The difference this time is I'm not going to go all the way down to the next orthogonal line. I'm going to stop about 1.5 inches down. Then I have a dot, line, dot. I'm going to connect both dots back to the right vanishing point, like so. I'm not going to go all the way, just about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Next, I'm going to connect this bottom dot back to the right vanishing point. Now I went a little long, but I'll erase the information I no longer need as soon as I know where my vertical line goes. Okay, so now I have ceiling, wall, door, floor, wall, and window shape. We're almost done. You don't want to just guess where the cross beams on the window go. There's actually a trick that's going to come in useful a number of times. We're going to make an X by connecting these corners together using your ruler. This X helps us determine the midpoint. I'll indicate it with a dot on the page. That midpoint allows us to figure out both the vertical line by making our ruler perpendicular to the bottom of the page. I'm going to draw downward, like so. As you can see, the ruler lines up at the bottom of the page to make this vertical line. And now I'm going to line my ruler up to the right vanishing point. I now have both the vertical and horizontal cross beams of the window shape. I'm going to erase the content I no longer need. This 2-point perspective room started out with a horizon line that you can't see because of the walls, but it still follows the same principles. You always make sure all orthogonal lines in 2-point perspective go to either the left or the right vanishing point. If it's a vertical line, it's still going to be perpendicular to either the bottom or the top of your drawing area. So keep that in mind as you work on these various projects.